What's up, people? In this video we're going to look at Stephanie Soo. You guys love this mukbang shit. Like, it's kind of crazy to me. I just like, I'm a broken record at this point, but you guys know all of these mukbanger people. Like, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this all looks disgusting, but let's see what her most popular video is. 5 packs of 4x nuclear noodle challenge. Oh god. I guess we'll watch that one. I want to say that the person who told me to watch this said that she like exercises or something, or like you should watch this video because she exercises and she says to be healthy or some shit. I don't even really remember. I just like write down the names of these people and look at their channel. I do no research, which I kind of prefer it that way. Some people have said like, oh, you should do research on these videos before you do them. Like, no, I just like giving my first impressions because it's faster, and also I don't want to watch any of these videos with like any sort of bias coming into it. I want to like just see it and give my first impressions, which I think is a more authentic form of feedback. Or not that they asked for my feedback, but like just it's just better for me, more interesting. I don't know. Oh god. All right, so let's watch this one.
Oh, she's spicy.
Whenever I talk in here, you can put it in video.
Wait, what just happened?
Those barbecue titties. You smell that bits. Hi, everyone.
Oh my god, I hate it already.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is
Oh
Stephanie.
my god, oh my god, this is like...
Today we are back with another dun-dun mukbang. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have Zach Choi ASMR.
Like... Alright, whatever.
He hasn't spoken yet. Nobody knows what his voice sounds like. I know, but I'm not gonna tell you. And so today we will be communicating through pain and emojis. And we have a lot to discuss. We have 5 packs of 2 times nuclear noodles with spicy pork dumplings on the side. Engaging by everyone's reaction. It's not gonna be a good time, but we're gonna try it. And also, to just make it extra annoying, we are about to add some 2 times nuclear bottled sauce to make it even spicier. Okay, are you guys ready? It's literally death in a bottle. Holy shit. Okay, we're just gonna kind of mix it. I mean, we're not gonna mix it too well, so if you get it sucks to suck type of vibe, it's like every man for themselves right now.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, you're just gonna go in. He's professional, honestly. Okay. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, this is a lot, dude. You're very ambitious right now. And am I the only one that knows that view? Have you guys seen? And alright, okay. That's so advanced. And I'm still grabbing. Oh, you guys are just, oh god, okay. Ooh, I'm not okay. I'm sorry. You are such a pro.
Wow, that you don't even slurp.
Wow.
No sound.
You're literally expectation and I'm reality of a mukbang. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Spicy.
Like, am I being trolled? I only asked that because like the person who told me to watch this, they like raved about this channel. They're like, oh my god, you should watch it. She's so positive comment. This is okay, like again, I'm, you know, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? She's trying to make money, she's doing very well by eating fucking noodles on camera. Like, oh my god, like how 100 years ago if somebody said you can basically become the top 0.001% of society by eating fucking noodles in front of millions of people, like what? But you like this? Like you watch this? Like, who watches this? I don't know, maybe I'm only 2 minutes in. Maybe like my life will be changed somehow in this. But this whole like, and again, like I don't, you know, who am I to even judge, right? But personally, I don't like watching this like super exaggerated, like over the top, I'm so enthusiastic about whatever this ridiculous thing is. And again, maybe I just don't enjoy life as much as these people do, and that's why I'm just a sad person who like sits alone in his room in Bangkok and like criticizes people who are way more successful than me. That's also possible. But this just like gives me like the heebie-jeebies. Like, who even cares about the food? Like, it's not even the food. It's just the like fake excitedness, I guess. He's straight chilling. He took that like a champ. Oh my god.
I think this is worse than 2 times. Is it safe to say I can clickbait and like write like 4 times or some shit?
Oh my gosh.
Wow, everything you do is like so classy. I'm so confused right now.
So Zach, tell us about your day. You only have my meal?
He's sad he had to spend it all day with me. And then he gives me this.
This is not okay. This is probably the spiciest.
You can take it slow, you know? I'm shaking with pain. How are you okay? This is worse than the time that my card got declined at a meet and greet. You know my card got declined at a meet and greet?
Not surprised. Oh shit. Have you done this? You have?
I don't want to be alive. How are you guys doing? I don't understand that. I'm snotty. Have you ever eaten this for fun? Oh, camera. The dumplings are spicy though. No?
No, there's some spicy, some not. So Zach, you should eat these. You see these red ones? They're not spicy.
Oh yeah, they're right. I can't even finish the sentence. I'm sorry. It was just spicy. Like the oxygen went in and my self-will, my self-confidence went out. And I'm gonna be saying that a lot today.
So Zach, we're gonna ask you a lot of questions. You're gonna try to answer.
Fun fact. 2 fun facts. Number 1, in I guess Asian cultures, it's polite to slurp as loud as possible when you eat noodles, right? When I was living in Japan a couple of months ago, or 2 weeks ago when I was there, it kind of grossed me out. I don't know, maybe whatever, different cultures, but like anytime somebody eats noodles, you just like, it's like, ugh, I don't know. I didn't like it, but now I see it. It's like a politeness thing. I think they're Korean. Soo, I want to say, yeah, okay. So this is Korean writing right here. And fun fact number 2, Korean people, like, how can you? Okay, maybe it's a little racist, but like, as a white person, sometimes it's hard to tell different Asian cultures apart, right? Especially like in the States, it's mainly like Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, right? I know some Asians can tell because they're just more familiar with the differences, but like as your average non-Asian person, if you just look at them, right, just judging by like physical appearance, how can you tell? Chinese people like to wear red, and obviously this is not like across the board 100% correct all the time. Chinese people love red. Korean people, they love to wear hats, right? Like in my experience, like Koreans, they just wear hats. I don't know, what is it about like Korean and hats? I don't really get it. And Japanese people are always smiling. They're always like smiling about something. So if you see an Asian person, they're smiling, they're Japanese. If they're wearing a hat, they're Korean. And if they're wearing red, probably Chinese. Again, not like, these are like generalizations. How is this her most popular video? Like, I don't know, whatever, let's just watch it.
With emojis like this.
You know?
Are you okay with it?
No, I'm not.
You tapping out?
I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I can't right now. I'm just surprised you're so composed. I'm like really uncomfortable right now.
We just started.
Wait, what just happened?
He just said we just started.
It's okay, whenever I talk in here, you can put it in the video.
Oh. Honestly, I'm ready to Postmate some Taco Bell. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't think I can do it. I'm gonna cry.
Put too much sauce in there, I'm telling you. I can usually eat this like for fun. Not for fun, but for...
A video?
Yeah, but... I don't know, you added too much here.
Okay, hold on. Y'all do you. What the? Hold on, I'm gonna start eating too.
Zach, you good?
Hold on, let's all take a break for a second, okay? Let's all calm down.
You're sweating a little bit. He's like, I'm good.
He's like, what the fuck are you saying about me? I'm good.
Sneezing through the nose.
Guys, also, he has an entire plethora, a library of emojis down here. So if he's constantly looking at the ground, it's not because he has a foot fetish and he's like checking out me and my fiance's feet. It's because he's
Checking out his own feet. He's like,
what's going on today? Okay, do you believe in ghosts? You need an emoji for this one, Zach. Hold on a second.
Hold on, ghosts.
You don't believe in ghosts? You've never had an experience with ghosts? Have you had sleep paralysis? What the hell? You've just been blessed? I recently had sleep paralysis, super creepy. But let me tell you, okay. Sorry, not the sleep paralysis one, but I'm gonna tell you a creepy story. So, aliens more or ghosts more? Alien? Ghost. Alien! Listen to how creepy this is. Listen to this. I'm like, listen, everybody stop eating, okay? Pay attention to me. I'm just kidding. You can eat, you can do whatever. So, there's a guy named Frederick. This is a real life story. And he's a pilot. He has around 150 hours of flying in his belt. He's currently in training.
Are you telling a story that you've told already? Or
no, I've never told this story, yeah.
Because I feel like you always tell the same story to every guest.
No. Zach deserves new stories, you know? You do. Like, you're a champ.
I think I deserve new stories.
He's like, I'm over your bullshit.
Go ahead. Thank you, Zach, for being here.
And so, because sometimes I'll tell him a story, like, again, after a mukbang, and I'll be like, oh my god, guess what I read on the internet? He's like, you literally told me 3 hours ago while we were filming and eating food. And I'm like, oh my god, did I? Guy named Frederick, 150 hours, he's been training to fly. He wants to be a pilot. He lives in, I believe it's in Australia. Now, here's a little back information that you need to know. He believes in aliens, like, avidly. Like, he's one of those people that, like, go UFO searching. I didn't know that was a thing, but, like, some people gold mine. So, one day, at night, he has to train to fly at night. And he's flying. It's around 7:30, so it's kind of dark. And flying at night is different. Like, I heard flying is really hard because you don't understand. You don't have a sense of direction. Like, you're in the sky. So a lot of times, pilots will actually be upside down for like an hour and not know. Sure, an hour.
Upside down?
Yeah, when you're piloting, it's hard to tell a sense of direction. So like when you're driving on land, you're like, okay, this is the road. I never leave the road. But then when you're flying, you're like, is the sky the water? Because it reflects. Everyone's like, no. Okay, it kind of works. Okay, this is pertinent to the story. Just know that it kind of works. Also, I didn't fight. That was my niece's car.
Wouldn't you like experience the effects of gravity and realize you're upside down? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't sound true. I guess it's possible. I know nothing about being a pilot. But like, why? Oh, so here's what I was thinking. Again, I can't really get over the fact that like people actually watch this and spend their time doing this without, the excuse of doing it professionally, like I am. But what I was kind of thinking, because like lately what I've been doing with these videos is, because I don't know who a lot of these people are. Most of them I've never really heard of, like 99%. And I don't like feel like digging through their channel to like find a video that I've actually, can relate to in any way. So what I've been doing is I've just been sorting their videos by popularity, right? So like you get to see kind of what the most popular videos on everybody's channel is. So what I just kind of was thinking of doing, just as I was watching this, totally not related to anything they're talking about, but is to create a channel where you just copy the most popular videos from all these other channels. Like I would do a 5-pack of nuclear noodle challenge featuring whatever, like my own like Asian mukbang person, whatever, like my own, like my token Asian guy. That's a good idea, right? I would never, like, I can't, I don't know, honestly. And another thing is that if this, this is one of those times where you ask yourself, like, if this is what it takes to be successful, would you do it, right? Because how much of it is that she's like a cute girl eating food, which is like a mental disconnect, like you don't expect to see this, and how much is it just kind of luck, I guess? I don't really know. Anyway, let's just finish this.
I'm old. And so this guy named Frederick, he goes onto a plane at night, and he's the only one in the plane, lightweight aircraft, and he's constantly calling like his teacher because this is one of his first few times flying alone at night. Now, in the middle of it, around 7:30 p.m., he brought past to the station and he says, hey, listen, I don't know what's going on. I think I'm on the wrong flight plan because there's someone flying directly above me, and I don't understand what's going on. And so then the person beeps back and is like, what do you mean? Nobody else has that flight plan, so you should be alone right now. Like, there shouldn't be any other aircrafts in your way. No, I swear, it's like 1,000 feet above me right now. And they're like, there's no way. Let me double check. They double check. No flight is scheduled. And he keeps going, I feel like it's taunting me. Like, it's telling me something. Like, it keeps going fast, slowing down, going fast. Almost like it's saying, haha, bits. I mean, like, exactly, haha, bits, right? Like, those exact words. Yeah, you agree, right? And then, so then he's like, what do I do? What do I do? And they beep back like, okay, we're gonna try to look into it. And his last words that he ever spoke, because he completely disappeared after this, was, oh my God, it's not an aircraft. And they never found him or his plane again. This is a real story.
It's Stephanie.
No, it's a real story.
Okay.
So he got abducted?
I think. Do you guys think it's a UFO? Do you guys think he was abducted?
When was it?
So multiple theories, right? Theory number one, he was flying upside down and he was flying over water at the time. So a lot of people are saying maybe he was flying over water and then he saw his reflection and that he was upside down. And so he thought that was a plane flying on top of him.
Okay, and then what?
Or theory number two, it was suicide. Theory number three, he was abducted by aliens. Y'all don't seem impressed, honestly. Wow, tough crowd today, okay? Everybody's honestly just nucleared out right now. I'm like the only one with the sane mind. Oh shit, okay.
We shouldn't have added those.
I know, that was a bad idea, huh? Yeah, that was a really bad
What's
idea.
the worst food you've ever had on your channel?
You have to, oh, this. He's like, whatever I'm doing right now is the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
What about the best food you've had?
Ooh. How's he gonna describe that? Wow, that's a challenge. This is like charades. We're having some class right now. He gives it like a middle finger. He's like, Is it chicken? Some sort of chicken. You do some crispy, crunchy chicken noises. Honeycomb. Oh, steak.
Steak.
Oh my God. Guys, his steak videos, the sizzlings, the huds. It's like. That was so stupid. I have just recovered, literally just now. And where's my Postmates?
So back in like December-ish, or really, okay, so it's currently July 2019. I really kind of picked up this whole YouTube thing back in December 2018. Like, channel's very old. I would upload sporadically, but like taking it, I would say, seriously since December, and taking it like really seriously probably like 3 months. Since 3 months ago, April-ish. Yeah. But anyway, back in, I would say, January, ish, maybe, I was talking to a friend of mine, and this guy watches a ton of YouTube, and the videos that I had uploaded back then were, I don't want to say stupid, but just not that, they didn't have a wide appeal, let's say. And my friend was telling me, basically, we would share YouTube videos back and forth as like examples of what was successful. Like, he would kind of give me ideas. He was a real dick about it, but like, I guess his heart was in the right place. But he would send me all of like a ton of stuff like this, and I was like, I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't want to do this. Like, if this is what you have to do to make it, I kind of don't want to do it. I mean, at the end of the day, like, what are you willing to do to make money from YouTube, right? Like, are you willing to do this? And again, I don't think, this is just me speaking personally, I don't think this is quite a stretch for them, right? This guy on the right, he has an ASMR channel where he eats. Okay, it's not a huge stretch. She's bubbly Asian girl, probably eats a lot of noodles anyway. Like, might as well eat these ones on camera. I don't know anything about her. Maybe she's like a longtime YouTuber or something. It's not a huge stretch for them. But for me to like act all excited and torture myself by eating nuclear noodles with hot sauce, it's like so outside of my comfort zone. But anyway, what am I trying to say? What's the point? Is that he would send me a lot of stuff like this. I was like, bro, this is all like, who does this? This is for like teeny boppers. Like, who does this even appeal to? And he's like, dude, if you want to make it on YouTube, your demographic needs to be like 12 and 13-year-old girls or kids, basically. Like, not in like a perverted way or anything like that, but they are the ones who are like watching this, who are like so easily amused that this is gonna like capture their attention, I guess. I mean, when I was 12 and 13, I was watching fucking cartoons on TV when I came home, which is not to say is like so much more sophisticated than like this, obviously not. So am I just like getting old and I'm like hating on the younger generation and what they like? Maybe.
Okay, guys, it's gonna be here in 10 minutes. Have no fear. We'll all be saved in 10 minutes. Okay, because we didn't like mix this part. This part's like a regular 2 times. So, guys, eat this part.
Yeah, this, whatever that
the
is.
top layer is hell. Do you think hell they just feed you nuclear noodles for like the rest of eternity? Right? I'm gonna die. Have you ever cried from spice? Right now?
I need ice.
Guys, welcome to our second mukbang where we gave up the noodles and we went to burgers, and Shake Shack is here, so what's good, what's poppin'? We a little bit of whips. Thank you, Zach. He was like, no, we're gonna push through, and I was like, no, Zach, we're not. I'm not. Like, you can decide that, but I cannot go with this plan. So we ordered some Shake Shack, and we're gonna do Zach's infamous intro for you guys. Go check it out. It's like amazing, but we don't have a strong mic, so I'm gonna make the noises. I'm just gonna keep turning. Now we're gonna flip it. Oh yeah. And now we're gonna open it. You smell that, bits? That's my burger. Look at my burger. That's my bits. She's beautiful. Okay, we're just gonna put that right there because we got other business. These are fries. Okay, let's open the fries. Oh, look at that. Do you see the holes? Look at the hole. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna show you more holes because we got a lot of holes today.
Boop. Hello.
Now we have 2 fried chicken burgers from Shake Shack and a shroom burger and some cheese fries, which I'm gonna go at real quick because the cheese is like warm right now. Oh my god. Isn't that amazing?
Should we got some nuclear sauce?
Honey. Honey. I will kill you. Wow. Wow.
So I'm from LA, right? And LA, it's all about In-N-Out. California in general, like In-N-Out Burger, I guess somehow, if you don't know what that is, it's a fast food chain where they pride themselves on having fresh ingredients and cooking the food actually fresh, and their food is never frozen. Like, these fries, you can tell this is not an actual potato, right? I mean, it does have potato in it, but basically the way fries are made that are like this, and like McDonald's, Burger King fries, that are all kind of like one color like this and have that kind of mushy texture to them. Basically, the way that they make those is they mix all of the ingredients together, right? And then they kind of, the best way to explain it is they push the mush like through a fence, basically, that just kind of gives it a shape like this, and then they cut them every maybe 2 or 3 inches, which gives them this like shape. Or like McDonald's fries, they're just, normally like a line, basically. And these ones are shaped a little weird, but that's essentially how they're made, right? Is they mix all that shit together, they freeze it, they take it to I guess they don't freeze it before they do that. They push it through the fence, they freeze it, they send it to all these like restaurants, you know, Shake Shack for example, and then when they cook it, I think they fry it in oil, I think is how it works. In-N-Out, they don't do that, right? They're made from actual potatoes. You can like see the skin on the potatoes, and they're really good. You know, they're not quite as like I guess doctored as this, and also Five Guys, I think they do that as well. So anyway, the point is that being from LA, like I think they have Shake Shack out there, but like nobody really goes there, I guess. But I would always hear like, oh, Shake Shack, it's so good. People would be like, oh yeah, in LA you guys have In-N-Out. In New York they have Shake Shack. They're like comparing the two fast food restaurants, and no comparison. Oh my goodness, you kidding me? Like you're comparing this to In-N-Out? Like no way. Like if you've never had In-N-Out, I don't know, maybe you're like a Shake Shack lover or something, and listen to me like getting all worked up about my fast food restaurant's better than your fast food restaurant. But no, In-N-Out is king.
Why did we even try anything else? This is so good.
You eat Shake Shack on your channel, right? It's like I just ate it before I came.
Shake Shack is one of my favorites. In-N-Out or Shake Shack? In-N-Out, Shake Shack.
Okay, she said In-N-Out.
Yeah.
All right, at least she's
I think
repping
everybody- okay,
In-N-Out.
let me get into this shrimp burger first.
What burger do you eat on your channel? Do you eat the chicken or do you eat the shrimp? The one that she ate. It's always that? You want onion or no?
Oh yeah, give me all the onion, Bill. You know it. Oh yeah. So, I'm gonna quickly tell you a story. And I need you to know that I will be judging you with your reaction of how you kind of solve the problem.
Exactly.
So, imagine this, right? I come home, or your future wife comes home, and she kind of tells this crazy story of how she's been kidnapped. And she said, hey, listen, I've been kidnapped by these two Latina women. They beat me for days. Nothing happened. They cut my hair. Her phone was found in the woods, but it was just like perfectly found with her headphones tangled up with a piece of her hair in it. She's like, oh my God, did you find my phone in the woods? She's explaining the story. They didn't hurt her. They didn't try to sell her. No guys were there. It was just these two Latino women holding her captive for days on days on days. So obviously the police are alerted about the situation because the husband was like, oh my God, my wife is missing and I found her phone on the side of the road in the woods. And she comes back with male DNA on her, no female DNA. And it's not like like the nasty cheese sauce or something like that, but
Wait, I'm sorry. This is a real story?
real story.
Do you follow Zach?
Where was the DNA?
On her clothes. The DNA was on her clothes.
Just came back, and it was like blood all over.
Yeah, it was just not blood, it was like hair and stuff. And then she tells her husband that it was these two Latino women who had randomly taken her. They didn't do anything to her, they didn't ask for a ransom, they didn't do anything. And so most of the world doesn't believe her. So like this was like a huge thing when she disappeared because everyone was like, what are you talking about? Like what's the purpose of this? And they cut her hair. So at first people were like, okay, maybe it's human trafficking because she is like this younger, beautiful blonde woman. But then why would they cut her hair? Because when you're trying to, sell something, sounds insensitive, but like a product, you want it to look good. So people are like, it doesn't make sense. And so a lot of people are speculating that she had an elaborate affair with her husband, and this is her way of covering it up.
She had an affair with the husband?
Or like, you get it.
With some other dude?
Yeah, that's not her husband, and this is her way of covering up. Do you believe in that? The husband doesn't believe in it. He like still to this day, after years and years of like news, media outlets saying, oh my God, like this sounds suspicious. It doesn't make sense. Why would these two Latino women who nobody has seen, no witnesses saw them, take you for days on end for no reason?
So husband believes that she's telling the truth?
Yeah, and he's one of the very few people that believe her.
Why is this newsworthy?
Because so many people were searching for her. I think they spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars on tax dollars.
How many days would you know?
A lot of days, like a week or something crazy. Now, as a girl, I feel like that's a little wild. But as a guy, are you like,
I don't know, sir.
Can you show off your tattoos? What's going on here? It's an owl. Whoa. Which one hurt more, right arm or left arm? Whoa. That's a rose. Let me explain. The rose symbolizes.
Oh my God. Okay, so like, there's an interesting book. I haven't read it. I've just like heard it described several times. It's called The Shallows, where basically this neurosurgeon, whatever, some person who studies brains, maybe not a neurosurgeon, but whatever, some scientist or something. He talks about how because now everybody's so kind of addicted to social media, and they spend so much time like swiping on Tinder or like scrolling through Instagram stories or Snapchat or like basically all this social media, the average attention span is like dropping to I think it's like 7 seconds or 2 seconds or something like that. So basically he says that our brains as a result, I've never read the book, I'm just like paraphrasing what I heard somebody else say about it. Basically our brains have like become smoother, or the they're like ridges or wrinkles in our brains are smoothing out. They're not as deep because we don't have to think as hard, because we're constantly stimulated with like new information with literally just like pressing a button. So I'm watching this. I'm like, this is like exactly what that is, right? So now I'm starting to like, I'm wondering like, is the demographic for this like actually like teenage people who've just grown up on social media and are just so used to being like stimulated? Just a random thought. Oh, by the way, story sounds like bullshit. Like how, and thank goodness, like the guys are like somehow logical about it, and like they don't even say it sounds like bullshit, or maybe they did and they just cut it out, edited it out, but like gives me faith.
The rose symbolizes. The rose symbolizes that you're a beautiful flower, but you have a couple thorns, you know? And so the next person that you want to find you is like somebody who appreciates the beauty, but at the same time knows not to get too close because you got thorns, bits. That's a beautiful tattoo. This one is an owl with a time on it.
Look, Zach, I want to build this clock, right? Tell me if you were going to buy it or not, okay? So I want to build a clock that's like a countdown clock. But instead of counting down to like events or something, you count down to when you will die. So for example, based on your habit, based on your background, health, your genes, if you're a smoker, if you're a drinker, I'm going to estimate national average for someone like you is going to live till, I don't know, 79. So we're going to start a clock today, count down till the day you die.
Is that correct?
I'm sorry?
Is it the exact time I die?
Yeah, so it will look something like you have 8,524 days, 23 hours, 11 minutes, 54 seconds left, and it just keep ticking every single day.
If you make different life changes, does it change?
Ooh.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can change your habit. You say, okay, I'm drinking less now, so your time may go up a little bit. Now I quit smoking. You may just gain a couple more years. You will buy that? Really? You're the first one that say you will buy this. I ask everyone.
Wait.
Everybody thinks I'm crazy.
Wait. Would you rather know when you die or how you die? And how do you think you'll die? I feel like everybody has an inkling.
Hold on, I'm asking about my new invention.
How much is it?
I'm thinking for something like that, I have to sell it under $50.
Because no one wants to know when they die.
Because anything above $50, it becomes a bigger purchase for most people. You have to think about it.
It's like a novelty
Yeah,
item.
under 50, people can buy on the spot. Above 50,
So I think that's an interesting idea. There is one thing that this kind of reminds me of. It's I think it's on a blog. It's called waitbutwhy.com. And I read this, it's a couple years old, this article. But basically, you can buy a poster that has, like, let's say you live to be 100 years old. The poster has, excuse me, it has the your age in weeks, right? And so, like, it's this massive poster, and every week is like a little circle. And essentially, what you're supposed to do, or what this guy recommends that he does, and you can buy these now, which I think is not a bad idea. You take like green, red, and yellow markers, and you basically every time a week passes, if you spent that week living your life how you wanted to live it, you check with a green mark or something, check it off with a green mark. And if you didn't, if you like whatever are not doing what you want to do, you check it with a red one. And essentially what it does is it constantly reminds you that unfortunately you're not going to live forever, and everybody's got to go sometime. So it, I guess, adds a sense of urgency to whatever it is that you're going to do. And I guess the idea is that it prevents you from procrastinating, or will make it less likely that you do. So I think that's a good idea. I don't know about the whole clock thing. That sounds like way too hard to like manage and calculate, and I gotta update this shit all the time. Like, much easier to just have a poster and check it off once a week, my opinion. But I think it's a good idea.
usually you have to think about it. So $50, get a nice ass clock that counts down to the day you die.
Nice ass clock.
Yeah, right? You'll buy it.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Great.
You wouldn't buy it?
Mm-mm. Why do I want to know?
Everybody thinks I'm crazy for thinking of that.
I would love that invention.
I feel like I'm-
If you drink a green smoothie, you get like, what, 5 more minutes?
Yeah, 5 more minutes. Yeah, that will sell a lot more green smoothies.
That's so scary to me. But I think I am also on the mindset that I'm gonna die young. I'm thinking like 40s or 50s. But also just like kind of calculating like how much shit I've gotten into in the past. It can only get worse, right? Mm-hmm. Right? So I'm thinking young.
It could get better too.
Oh yeah. Or it could
If
get
you make
worse.
better life changes or like choices.
Yeah, that's not me though. Look at me, I'm like nuclear noodles. I am like the epitome of bad life choices. Would you rather know when you die or how you die? Oh, if you could change your future and like through your past, would you time travel? Is there like one spot in your life like your biggest regret? Like maybe you sharded during prom. Like what is it? You have a big regret meeting me. I knew that was coming. One big. One time when I was in elementary school, I poured barbecue sauce all over me.
For fun?
No, not for fun. I'm not like psychotic. No, there was this one guy that I really liked. And okay, tell me who's creepier in this story, me or little Jimmy? Okay. So we had to bring this giant poster board, and you're supposed to draw on there like your favorite thing in life, like what do you love the most. And so people are drawing like cute little square houses with their families, with their dogs. Some people are like drawing Barbie dolls, you know, etc., etc. And this dude comes in with just like, he was my crush. Okay, he's not just some dude. He was like the first love of my life. You know, you get it. It's casual. And so it's just like these brown blobs everywhere. And everyone's like, what the hell is that? Like, that's artistic. You're the next. I'm sorry, do you have a problem with my Jimmy story?
No, I love
You
that.
look upset with
It's
my
my
Jimmy
favorite
story.
You heard it before?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my biggest life regrets.
Wow, Jimmy is like a main character.
Yeah.
She has 10 stories and she will take party trick is.
Nobody knows the Jimmy story. That was like a bajillion years ago. I only told it once on this channel a bajillion years ago. That was like the beginning of the channel.
It's Jimmy's time right now.
It's Jimmy's time to shine. He goes up in front of the class with this giant blob of like brown blobs everywhere, right? Really artsy, really Picasso. And everyone's like, oh, like what's your favorite thing in the world? And he's like, barbecue sauce. Like I really love barbecue sauce. And so the next day I decide to sneak some Kroger brand barbecue sauce into the school bathroom and rub it all over my clothes.
Did it work?
No.
Jimmy
Just run to Steph and be like, oh my god, like heart shapes popping out of his eyes.
Hard eyes, plot twist. He's Jimmy.
those damn barbecues.
Those barbecue titties, boo. So if I could time travel, I might take it back there. Did you go to prom?
Yes.
You did. Have you ever been rejected by a girl? Wow, we're getting deep.
I was like nerdy in high school, so I didn't really.
You were nerdy in high school? Explain nerdy. Just studying or like gaming nerd?
No, gaming nerd.
Did you have like a high school girlfriend?
No, it's like college.
What?
Yeah.
I know, it's a crazy world, man. Unbelievable. Definitely started with Jimmy, you know.
Moved
All
on
the
to
way.
me, Tommy, you know. Try your chopsticks. Let me see. Because I'm really bad with
Are you-
chopsticks.
These are like long.
Oh, no, you still hold it like the
Oh,
true,
yeah, yeah,
authentic
yeah.
way. Like, you hold it better than me, and I learned how to use
Oh, that's
chopsticks when I was
true.
young. It's like a little lobster claw. That's how I do it. It's a Korean myth that you won't get married if you don't use chopsticks well.
Well, apparently that's not true.
Yeah. I think we've pretty much depleted our supply of food. I'm so sorry for like feeding you nuclear noodles. I feel like sometimes it's good sanitization, you know.
Yeah, all right, I'm over this. So basically, like, okay, so a few things. Number one, why did you ask me to review this person? Like, why? That's my first question. And then my I guess, answering myself is that, okay, so when I do these videos now, right, if it's a mukbang, or I guess mukbang is how you pronounce it, I don't, like, what can I say? You know, I'm going to say, like, the noodles are bad for you. It's not like, what are you getting out of that? Like, what is anybody getting out of that? So what I try to do now, and I try to do this anytime I create a piece of content, is that I try to at least say something unpredictable, right? Not necessarily for shock value, but I like to kind of take whatever I'm going to say and just kind of give you an insight that you for sure haven't thought of, just because it's so off topic, which is why I generally don't mind to just kind of like ramble on about certain things that might not have anything directly to do with whatever the video is that we're watching. I mean, they're related in some way. So I'm wondering, like, is that why you asked me to watch this? Or like, am I just supposed to give you my opinion on this person? I would say, I don't really know. I don't remember the comment that you left, but basically, like, okay, let's say that I am. This basically falls in the category of, you know, you're like, don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, you found success, you're doing well. I don't know, is this like authentic behavior? It seems like it, I guess. Maybe played up a little bit. She seems very bubbly, very, you know, just exuberant. But I don't know. Okay, so anyway, what I was going to say is that I like the conversation. I like where the conversation went. Some of the stuff is like a little too fast changing topics for me, just because I have to like stop these videos and talk and like give my opinion. But at least this was like somewhat of a stimulating conversation between a few people, and like gave me some stuff to riff on. But like, honestly, like, what am I even supposed to say about that? Like, you ate some spicy noodles. It looked pretty disgusting. And how is this? Let's just look at the comments really quick. Like, it was an honor to partake. All right, it's a stand-up guy. I clicked to hear this man talk. Eats 3 bites. Stephanie talking. Wow. Yeah, I guess people actually watch this. Again, no hate to Stephanie. Like, bless you. Like, I hope someday I can achieve your level of success and notoriety. And this guy, Zach, also, like, much love from one YouTube video maker to another. But do you ever wonder who these people are that like watch your videos? Like, who thinks this is interesting? Yeah, like, no offense or anything. It's just who watches this? Maybe it's a cultural thing. I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm over it. If you guys have any other suggestions for YouTubers that you want me to take a look at, maybe we can not do any more mukbang videos. Maybe, possibly. Let me know in a comment. Peace.